Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Bern. This is the war room of the political revolution. What this is a daily inspirational, motivational show for all of us that are fighting in this political revolution every day out there doing all that we can. Please like and share. We have to be the media. You gotta get this out to as many people as you can. And comment, participate in the show. Any participation helps us out in the algorithm and we get out to more viewers. So all of that's great. Plus, I like reading your comments. And I want this to be an ongoing discussion for us burners. Thanks for coming to the Daily Bern. I'm your host, Sean Yankee, and today I want to begin the burn with a quote from John F. Kennedy. It goes, "If not us, who? If not now, when?" And that's as true today as it was then. And that's what Kennedy and now Bernie was trying to tell the people. This is our job. Us. See, I sometimes think that JFK talked too pretty. He said a lot of these things too, but he said them in a way that I think got lost on some people. But now we have Bernie going all across the country, empowering the people and organizing us into an army. What is happening right now will be remembered as the moment our society corrected course and we reformed our government to work for the people that they actually represent. But the key to all of this is that enough of us understand that this is our job, that this is our fight. No one is or even could do this for us. This requires millions of people to stand united and demand that our voices are heard and that these changes are made. We have to stay vigilant and involved and never stop. And this doesn't end when Bernie gets elected. We keep going. We keep fighting right along beside him, and we make these changes together. Now, I include a link in the description of every Daily Bern to berniesanders.com. Please go there and see if there's any way you can help out the campaign by becoming one of the more than 2 million of us that are already volunteering to get Bernie elected president, or donate if you can. Any amount helps. Don't think that it's too insignificant. If you can only give $1, give $1. This campaign is completely publicly funded and we are crushing it. We've raised almost $27 million at $18 a piece. And he doesn't take money from big donors. We bought our own politician. So if you can, chip in. If not, though, get a Bernie sticker. Bare minimum, while you're there, go to berniesanders.com, get yourself a Bernie sticker. Put that on your car, and then you're supporting the campaign just by driving around like normal. Little things like that really do make a big difference. You'd be amazed. Try it out. I'm amazed how many conversations my Bernie sticker brings up. And that's just the people that actually approach me. You know, it's unknown how many see it and are inspired. But you can start making the changes that you want to see right now. It all starts in your mind. Decide that you want to see these things happen and then put in the work to make it happen. Believe you can do it and push through the hard times and the challenges and keep driving forward towards your goal. Never stop, never quit, and you can achieve anything. But a goal without the effort is dead in the water. You have got to put the work in. You have got to give this all that you can. Now, I'm not saying to devote your whole life to this revolution. Just own it and be a part of it every day in your actions and deeds. Do what you can as the opportunities arise. Take advantage of chances that come up to spread the message and inform people of the truth. Be the media and fight the lies. And just do what you can. We all have our own lives and responsibilities, and it's easy to get lost in all of that. I understand. This happens through little actions done by millions that add up into a tidal wave that sweeps across our broken, rigged system and changes it into something actually sustainable and fills it with a restored hope for the future. And we are going to make that happen. I honestly believe that. I know that I am going to do all that I can to help push us along, and I know that you other warriors out there fighting beside me will as well. This is amazing what is happening, and it gives me renewed hope in the possibilities moving forward. So I got to tell you, after 2016, I was very worried our opportunity had come and gone. I held out hope that Bernie would try again, but I wasn't sure he would. But now that he has given us this second chance, I will be damned if I don't do all that I can this time. And I did a lot last time, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure a lot of you did as well. But if I'm really honest with myself, I could have done more. We all could have. And here's our chance. We're getting a new opportunity here, a second chance, and we're in a much better position. Bernie is the most well-known politician in the country. In 2015, he was almost literally unknown. Only the people that paid really close attention to politics had any idea who Bernie Sanders was. Now he's a household name. He is the most popular politician that's working today. And we're in a much better spot. There are more of us now. There were a lot that splintered off, but I'm telling you, there's more of us now, and we have more momentum now, and we are going to do this. We are going to win. Not Bernie. Us. This is our fight. We have to do this. And when enough of us understand that, we will reach a tipping point, and there will be absolutely nothing that they can do to stop us. But thanks again, everyone, for coming. And if you shared, thank you so much. That helps more than you know. And this message needs to spread and get out there, so thank you. Real quick, I wanted to mention a few comments from yesterday's burn that we didn't get to. Rick was here, and he mentioned that if I wanted to be taken seriously, I needed to make some improvements in the show. He suggested fixing the lighting, which I'm working on, and putting on some makeup, etc. I appreciate the feedback, Rick, and I do try to improve this show's presentation as we go along, which we've actually come a long way. But I thank you for the advice, because I made it nicer than he was. He was a little ruder, and he didn't only comment here. He commented in another post in the group, and was a little meaner there. Called me said I looked like a mean troll, but hopefully the message is getting out. The message is what's important. The message is what I want out there. I wanted to see a positive, inspirational, motivational show that was actually telling people that this can be done, because it can. I was tired of all the defeatists and the negativity on social media. And I already did live feeds, and I thought I could do it. I started doing it. Now I have to do it, and I'm going to keep doing it. So I appreciate your advice, Rick. And we did do some things with the lighting today, so let me know if you guys think the lighting is any better. I've noticed I got a little bit of glare on my forehead, and I am actually wearing makeup. Don't tell my wife, but I put on some foundation. I have no idea how to apply it, so I don't know if it looks any better. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, guys. I always want to hear from you. But Alyssa was here for the first time, and I wanted to welcome her to the War Room. Thanks for sharing and commenting, Alyssa. And it's good to see new faces come in here. I really appreciate it when you guys take part in the show, and that's why I put this comment section in the show, to encourage participation, because I want this to be an ongoing conversation of sorts going forward. But Kathy was also here and dropped some stats that I thought I'd share with you guys today. Bernie's appearance on Joe Rogan is, I believe now it's over 5 million views, with thousands of comments, and a lot of people are changing their minds. I'm not exaggerating. Go scroll through the comment section. That appearance on Joe Rogan is you're going to see that's going to be a big turning point towards support for Bernie. And she also mentioned that Tulsi absolutely destroyed Kamala Harris, who has dropped to 7% since the debate. She is now in single digits. So great job, Tulsi. And thanks, Kathy, for adding those stats in. Next up, we'll get into the news. I picked out a few stories for you guys, so let's head over to the newsroom. Okay, today we're going to do like a positive sandwich. I've got two positive stories, and a hit piece, and we're going to sandwich them. So we're going to start with this first positive story, and it's from Jacobin. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but I've just found this site, and I really like them. There's good writing on here. I found a lot of good articles over here, actually, but this one is on when Bernie Sanders did the Joe Rogan show. And this is going to go down as a big moment in this campaign, I'm telling you. But it talks about how they got into a lot of different things, and the interview was very good, and it was, and all that. And they did cover a lot in an hour and 7 minutes. But this is a few samples from the comment section. Go to that video and look through the comments if you want to get filled with hope. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm just going to read a few of them. This was pretty great. Learn more about Bernie from this than any other source in the past 5+ years. Or this one, I consider myself a Republican, but I agree a lot with what Bernie said here. I have changed my mind on this man. Really great interview. This man needs to be heard. Or this one. I've watched media tell me this guy was a nut for years. After this interview, I feel like he might be on to something. And, he got a lot of the issues out, like this comment here mentions. I consider myself the exact opposite of a socialist, but Bernie is onto something taxing Wall Street 0.5% for every trade. It would create a more stable stock market as well as creating more revenue for this country. Plus, we already bailed them out. So, see, people get it. And the media is going to do their best to distort Bernie and to paint him as a nut job. But Bernie is a wild man, and he'll go these places and do these things and get that message out there. He'll go on Fox, he'll go on Joe Rogan. He'll do this because he knows that he needs to get his message to the people. So he's not too good to do those things. And this is going to be big. Him going on Joe Rogan's going to be a big thing. And as this guy here writes, Nathan Robinson, Bernie Sanders knows how to take popular discontent and tell people that their problems are not the fault of immigrants and people of color, but billionaires like Trump, who hoard all the wealth and are casually destroying the planet. Every time Bernie goes up against Republicans, you can see it, whether he is debating Ted Cruz or speaking at Liberty University. Bernie is the best existing messenger for the left because he knows how to sell socialism to everyone. That's really well said. But real quick, let's head over to our hit piece. Okay, this is from The Blaze, and they're mostly a right-leaning site. And right here, watch. Bernie Sanders admits 99.9% of gun owners wouldn't even think of going around shooting people, but says they will still have to make concessions. Never in a million billion years. And this is probably from Joe Rogan. He got into this on Rogan and mentioned that, yeah, here we go. Sorry, my computer is so slow. But he mentioned on Rogan that, of course, most gun owners, and I totally agree, most gun owners would never dream of doing something like this. All right, so I was hoping they had the clip. Let's watch the clip real quick for those of you that missed it.
Now, the legal gun owners who are law abiding citizens who would never in a million years think about going around shooting people, but they love guns. They hear this kind of stuff about like banning assault rifles, banning assault weapons. They don't even like the term assault weapons, right? They like to refer to them as their individual names for whatever they are. These people feel like this is an inexorable part of being an American, that you should be able to own a gun. It's written into our Bill of Rights. It's written into our the way the way this country was founded. It's the Second Amendment. What do you say to those people that don't want to give up their guns, but they wouldn't do, and they want to protect themselves? They feel like these guns are viable options to protect themselves from criminals.
I understand that. And Joe, as you may know, I'm a senator from the state of Vermont. And the state of Vermont is one of the most rural states in America. Every fall, we got whole thousands and thousands of people out in the woods hunting. And it's something that's part of our tradition. I believe in it. I believe in the Second Amendment. But all that I ask of the gun owners, and you're absolutely right, 99.9% of gun owners would never in a million billion years think of doing these horrible things. But in the moment that we are living in, I think that we're all going to have to make, some concessions to the reality of what is going on, and that is that there is a small number of, call them what you want, depraved people,
terrorists,
who are prepared to do that. In Australia, you remember that terrible, New Zealand, I'm sorry, the terrible shooting at the mosque, and they moved pretty quickly in an aggressive way. So, I wish I can say in the best of all possible worlds, yeah, you can own any weapon you want and so forth and so on. We're not living in the best of all possible worlds. We're living in a world where we're shocked every day by horror. So
I agree. We are living in a terrible situation. I mean, there's.
See, that's what he said. And, they're going to blow it out of proportion because they're right leaning and they want to fill everybody with fear and make them believe that Bernie wants to take your guns away. That's not what he's saying at all, but that's the way they want to sell it. That's the way they want to spin it. But if you really listen to him, he's only calling for sensible gun control. But the last one that we're going to hit on is another positive piece. This one's from Newsweek. I'm not sure what spin they'll put on this, but I'm more interested in the story itself. Bernie Sanders also said on Joe Rogan that he would legalize marijuana by executive order. So it says legalizing marijuana has long been part of Bernie Sanders' policy platform. He calls for an end to the destructive war on drugs as part of his racial justice and criminal justice reform policies, along with eliminated private prisons, etc. Here he says, when I ran for president for the Democratic nomination in 2016, I talked about a broken criminal justice system, which ends up having in the United States more people in jail than any other country. My son was fascinated to learn that. We have more people in prison here than in China. And China has about, what, 4 or 5 times more people than we have? So that's ridiculous. So that was the news that I wanted to share with you guys today. Next thing we're going to get into is Bernie events. If you want to stay informed on what's going on in the campaign, text Bernie to 67760. It's right here below me. And you will be notified by text alert by volunteers like me who do the texting. And we send out texts and we let everybody know what's going on with the campaign, when events are coming up, things that are going on in your area. It's really cool. Or you can get the Bern app. That's really neat too. The Bern app is available in, the Google Play Store and all those places, wherever you get phone apps. And it keeps you connected to the campaign as well. So that's also great. And the Bern app, I believe, tracks you statistically as a supporter. So those are all great ways to stay informed. But you can also watch the Daily Bern every day. That's probably the best way to stay informed. Because right now the campaign is back in Iowa today through the 11th. And they're going to do 9 scheduled events, and then they come back to Iowa. This is pretty cool. See, Bernie is also going to hold the press and staff softball game at Iowa's iconic Field of Dreams baseball park. So that's going to be really neat, and that's what the campaign's going to be up to in the coming days. But thanks again, guys, for coming. Thank you for all your support with the show. The show is growing, and I'm really excited to see that. I want this to get out there because all I ever see on social media and from independent sources and from people on there is negative. Oh, it's too hard. It's too rigged. You guys are naive. Nothing can be done. There needed to be someone out there giving a positive message, and you need to be the change you want to see. So I wanted to see a show that was inspiring and motivational and told people to keep fighting, to keep moving forward, that we are on the right path. So I created one, and hopefully you like it, and hopefully it grows and becomes what I'd like to see it become, a place where we all gather and draw inspiration in this fight moving forward, and share inspirational stories, share victories along the way, encourage each other. And if you're ever feeling like this is getting too much or things are too hard, feel free to reach out to me. And feel free to reach out to each other. We're here to support each other. We need to be that support system because this is a long fight. This is a hard fight. But this is a marathon, not a sprint. And you are not alone. You are one of millions. So it's a weird fight. It's not something we're used to. But just stay centered. Stay focused. Keep moving forward. That's how we win. We stay united and we stay strong. We stay on message. That's what we got to do. So thank you guys so much. You guys are all warriors and rock stars. I appreciate everything that you do. Keep fighting. Keep moving forward. And we're going to win. We are going to win this. This is going to happen. We're going to make it happen. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow on the next episode of the Daily Bern.